Hey guys, we're playing Magic the Gathering Arena, the online card game based loosely on the Magic the Gathering card game in real life. It's been a bit of time since I made one of these videos. I believe the last one was in September, and now it's January 3rd, 2022, which is really crazy to think about because the years are flying by. Anyway, here we go. We're just playing some Historic. Historic has become my new favorite game mode to play. We're playing Cheat Mill, which technically includes all 5 colors, but we're basically only using Sultai, which is green, blue, black. Very heavy on the black. And so this deck I have showcased in the past. I don't remember if I upgraded it since the last video or not, but in any case, this is a deck, Cheat Mill. Very clearly obvious what it does, but for the uninitiated, I will explain. So the main goal of the deck is to self-mill yourself, and if the enemy's playing a mill deck as well, that makes it double as spicy. But basically, we're just trying to mill as many creatures as we can. We're trying to mill at least 6 creatures. That way we can use this card, Gate to the Afterlife, which costs 3. It's an artifact. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, you gain 1 life. Then you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. And then if we pay 2 and sacrifice it, if we have 6 or more creatures in the graveyard, we can search our graveyard, hand, and or library for a card named God-Pharaoh's Gift and put it onto the battlefield. And I'll explain what that does in just a quick second. We'll pay 2 life for that. We'll pay that in. So this is God-Pharaoh's Gift right here. It costs 7 normally, but obviously you can cheat it out with Gate to the Afterlife for 5. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may exile a creature card from your graveyard. If you do, create a token that's a copy of that card, except it's a 4/4 black zombie, it gains haste until end of turn. So that means we can get out big beaters like Vorinclex, Voice of Hunger, which is a 7/6 trample. Basically, your mana is tapped for double, and whenever an opponent taps land for mana, it gets locked until his next turn. So that is the main goal of the deck currently, is to mill as many big creatures as we can, cheat out God-Pharaoh's Gift, and just get like a huge wide board full of crazy cool stuff. So far we don't have anything in the graveyard. But God Eternal Ronus is pretty good. He's also good if you just standardly play him. He doubles the power of other creatures until end of turn, and they gain vigilance. And then if it dies, it gets reshuffled back into your deck. But normally we use him as like one of the tokens we get out with God-Pharaoh's Gift. There's a couple other big boys in the deck. There's one, Platinum Angel, 4/4 flying. You can't lose the game and your opponents can't win the game. Like it's saved me in so many situations. It's utterly insane. For example, like let's say it's an aggro deck, or this deck this guy's playing right now. He's got 2 big beaters that grow each turn. You're gonna take a lot of damage sometimes with some of the decks you come across. So having Platinum Angel in this deck really helps you survive, especially if they don't necessarily have removal. They can just beat away on your hit points, maybe even take you down to minus 60, and you'll still be able to good to go. If we get the right creatures in the graveyard, basically it takes 2 turns from when you get God-Pharaoh's Gift out to win. Come on, man. We can't block that. Oh, as a menace. Oh my gosh. See what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna die pretty much instantly because we just don't have the speed. You got those Crystalline Giants out early, and they gain many properties almost regularly. So we're gonna put Platinum Angel in there, but it's not gonna make. We only have 2 creatures, and we can discard another one right here. So that's 3. That's not gonna do it, especially because we're gonna die next turn. Again, we have 3 land, so I think this one is a bust, but we'll be right back with another game. All right, we got round 2. Hopefully this one is better than the last one. We can actually showcase some more of the deck. We did not get any of our mill cards. We got the 2 artifacts that we needed to actually start the train rolling, but we didn't end up milling too much. Thankfully, Stitcher Supplier, great card in this deck. 1 mana, 1/1. When it enters the battlefield or dies, you mill 3 cards, which is great. So basically, it's a 1 mana mill 6 if your opponent decides to, do anything with it. And also, with God-Pharaoh's Gift, that little 3 mana artifact that goes on the bottom here, whenever a creature dies, obviously you gain a life and then loot 1. So Stitcher Suppliers are also really good for that because they don't matter, so you can just chump block with them and just throw them away pretty immediately. So they make good. What's that? So they make good fodder for that. Also, early game pinging. I mean, every point of damage counts unless it's a life gain deck, in which case you really shouldn't ping them down. You should just focus on blocking until you get a big board. But also, I forgot to show the deck list, but I'll just put the deck list in the description or at the end of the video. One of the two. I really don't know. So pretty early on, if you don't have one of your artifacts in hand, I usually like to play Trophy Mage pretty early over other mill decks, because at least when you play out that artifact, you can get some advantage from dying creatures, because your opponent's basically always going to deal with your dudes. So might as well get out Gate to the Afterlife. Yeah, I misspoke. I said God-Pharaoh's Gift earlier. I meant Gate to the Afterlife. That's the 3-mana artifact we've been talking about. But yeah, we're literally gonna play that next turn. That's gonna make Emry, Lurker of the Loch, cost 2 instead of 3, because she costs 1 less for each artifact you control. She also mills for 4, and also can play Sacrifice Gate to the Afterlives, because when you sacrifice it, obviously it goes to the graveyard, and then with Emry you can just tap her to play the card again, so you don't have to search with the Trophy Mage. So it's pretty common that you can always get the pieces you need. Sometimes you'll get really, really screwed and you can't mill anything. Your opponent makes you discard everything in your hand, or some card effects just won't let you do jack boot about anything. But thankfully, with this game mode, we're doing okay. He's only played, you know, a Destroy, or I think he discarded that actually, and then he's playing Surveil. Have not seen Surveil for several years now. It's a good technique. I thought about using Surveil for this deck. Surveil is basically just Scribe, and instead of scrying to the bottom of your deck, you put it in the graveyard instead. Oh, fantastic. Oh, don't you love big boys like that? Well, I have a Yarok, but that's not gonna do much good. At least it'll give me some life, I guess, to mitigate this horribleness right here. But I can actually send these guys into their death because I don't care about them, and it's gonna make us discard one of these cards right here. You know, obviously got another Yarok here. He's good to play on his own because he's, you know, Soul Tie. Those are the colors we play with, but we'll never be able to play Drakuseth. So he's always going to come out as the 4/4 token, black with haste, and he also got flying, and then when he attacks, he deals 4 damage to one target and 3 damage to 2 other targets, which is really, really nice. So we're actually going to get rid of him, though. I don't know. It was either between him and Ulamog. Ulamog's cast trigger is never going to happen unless we get a ton of mana, but he is indestructible, and when he attacks, you exile the top 20 cards of the opponent's deck. So basically, with what he has, you attack twice, he's dead. And now he's making me discard a card. Oh no, oh, the shame. Oh no, Ulamog is not like I wanted to mill him and get rid of him anyway. So ridiculous. Oh, your opponent discards a card. Oh, that's fantastic. I don't care. Thank you, buddy. See, this is kind of the benefit when you're playing against mill decks like this. It's like, oh, you're actually helping me. It kind of sucks if you just have build-up cards in your hand, but as of right now, like, it's literally all trash. Actually, not all trash. It's actually good. It's good for us that we mill stuff. What kind of land do we need? Probably the green. Why not? We can use the green. So we're gonna play an Emry. Pretty solid. I don't know. Oh, okay. So yeah, her triggers double up because of Yarok entering the battlefield. Abilities happen twice. Oh, there's some good cards, and we can crack this. So let's take a look at what God-Pharaoh's Gift is gonna give us. And also, we're going to be playing Gate to the Afterlife again next turn because of Emry. So let's see what we got. We got to find a way to kill Doom Whisperer because that's kind of annoying. We can steal it. It's tough. We might just want to go Ulamog. Like, we literally just attack twice and it's dead. And we do attack with everything. Do we? Yeah, we do. More creatures in the graveyard, the better. If he blocks Yarok, he's gonna die. Yarok has Death Touch and Lifelink, which is great. Ooh, they roll all those cards. Yeah, it's just a whole lot of mill, a whole lot of destruction, and other random nonsense. Really? Huh. Interesting choice. I would have killed Yarok, personally. I would have gotten him out with one of my God-Pharaoh's Gift triggers if he had died. But now that he stays in, I can pick another whole creature, which is fantastic. Yeah, that's pretty solid. I'm pretty happy with that. He made the wrong quote-unquote choice. So hopefully he's gonna play a card that does stuff and things. I'm not sure why he has a Rakdos sleeve. on his Dimir deck. That's kind of interesting. I mean, mine at least is like the Lithoform engine. Like that's like you hover over and it does something. Oh no, you made me discard a card. The shame, the utter horror. Oh my goodness, dude. Just do your thing. Oh, he didn't even do, oh, we don't even have to tap Emry. We can just play this straight like that. And I think we win. I'm pretty sure. Because we can get Craterhoof Behemoth and the snake dude. Let's just go to combat. We're getting 2 things. Yeah, we might as well do Craterhoof. Watch this. Double trigger. Everybody gets +X, and then again. So everybody gets huge, everybody gets trampled, so we automatically went from that. Oh, but he quits! Shameful. Absolutely shameful. Well, to round up the video, I'm just going to show you the deck list for this. I know I've played with it in the past, and this is kind of a shorter video, but I do want to let you guys know that this is a winning deck. It got me up pretty high in ranked in the past couple months. Oh, where is it? But yeah, no, I really enjoy it. It's pretty fun to play with. It's the deck I play with the most. I mean, it's pretty fun. Let's see here. 4 Stitcher Supplier, 2 Chart a Course. Chart a Course is draw 2 cards, then discard a card unless you attack this turn. I never use the attack option on that because I always want to discard something, especially if it's a creature. Mire Triton is kind of like Stitcher Supplier, costs 2. Death Touch, so it's good for blocking big creatures or troublesome creatures early on in the game, and then it mills 2 cards and gains 2 life. Grisly Salvage, basically you pick a card from the top 5 to put in your hand, the rest go in your graveyard. Great for selective milling. Emry already said, Trophy Mage searches up Gate to the Afterlife, which is that. That's our beginning combo piece. Mind Flayer is really good, especially with the Yarok doubling up triggers to steal troublesome creatures your opponent has. You probably won't hang on to them for long, so make sure it's like a really big deal, like one of their combo pieces or just a big beater. God-Pharaoh, we already said that. Yarok. Massacre Wurm, I have 1 of. 2 Yaroks, just because you can play them on their own with the deck. Massacre Wurm, super wicked expensive, but obviously gives all your opponent's creatures -2/-2 until end of turn, and then whenever an opponent's creature dies, that player loses 2 life. So double up with the Yarok, basically everything on your opponent's side is getting -4/-4, which goes around indestructibility. Goring Ceratops, another card we can't play, but absolutely amazing if we get it out of the graveyard. 3/3 double strike, and whenever it attacks, other creatures you control get double strike until end of turn. This is a single piece game winning combo. Amazing. Drakuseth, where I explained. Mixed Bloom Ancient, very good to get out early if you have no other good offensive options to get out from the graveyard. It's 5/5 trample. Whenever you tap a permanent for mana, it produces 3 times that much mana instead. Amazing. You can play out the God-Pharaoh's Gift on turn 3 sometimes. Obviously, if you have all the creatures that you need in the graveyard. 4 God-Pharaoh's Gifts. I like to have 4 of them. Also paired with 4 Gates of the Afterlife, just in case you get stuck and you really need to draw it into your combo. 1 Platinum Angel. 1 Razaketh the Foulblooded. Pretty expensive to play on his own. This is basically just in there for tutoring. You pay 2 life, sacrifice another creature, then search your library for a card, put that card in your hand, then shuffle. Pretty low cost, all things considered, especially because you're wanting to kill your own creatures to put them in the grave. Craterhoof Behemoth, everybody knows what that does. 4 Inclex, we said. Olamog already said. And then I have 3 islands, 5 swamps, 2 forests. These are mostly, I don't put in a lot of specialty lands. I just put in these because you can search them up with, like, Fabled Passages, Evolving Wilds. And I just have a mixture of dual lands that do different things. I have a couple scry ones in here, just so you can kind of search for what you need rather than drawing big cards all the time. Some shock lands just for variety. Yeah, it's literally just Sultai colors, and then, a couple searchability lands just because we have some basic lands in there. But that's basically it. It's called Cheap Mill. Like I said, I'll post the actual list in the description just so you guys can have that and copy paste into your own Magic Arena games, and so you can play with it. Anyway, that's been all for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a comment of what you liked, what you didn't like, and what you would like to see. Thank you guys so much. Have a happy new year. Peace.